Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Wilson, North Carolina in the 2016 Showcase for Girls Tournament, sponsored by the U.S. Youth Soccer National League. We got a 17 and under game getting ready to start, featuring the team in light blue. They are the North Shore United Blue, out of North Shore, Wisconsin, which is relatively close to Milwaukee, going against the team in the black shirts. They are from Scottsdale, Arizona, the Scottsdale Blackhawks Taylor. And as we go along, I'll endeavor to tell you more about the town of Wilson, where we're playing, and Gillette Athletic Complex, the name of the venue where we are seeing soccer action, along with myself, the tournament itself, and of course each of these teams, as I'll try to identify each of the girls. We've just begun with the opening minute, no score of course. This game follows a briskly played affair in the 16 and under age group, won by Lake Forest, Illinois, over Frederick, Maryland by a 1-0 score. Right now, the Scottsdale girls, showing a lot of speed, will work it to the deep left corner. No score as we've just begun. The ball in front of the net. No shot, though, can be taken as the ball worked out by the by the North Shore Ball Club out of Scottsdale against Scottsdale, Arizona. Scottsdale in black, North Shore in light blue. Again, we've just begun. We're in the 17 and under age group here in the Showcase Tournament for Girls in Wilson, North Carolina at the Gillette Athletic Complex. Both teams showing excellent speed here in the very beginning. No score as yet, as we've just begun. Both teams up and down the pitch, and we're expecting to see a very exciting 90-minute soccer match between these clubs. One out of the Milwaukee area, again, the other from Scottsdale, Arizona. North Shore, to be exact, the North Shore United Blue against the Scottsdale Blackhawks Taylor. The Wisconsin team in light blue, while the Arizona team in the solid black uniforms, as we've got a two-girl race down the left side, and finally the ball kicked out of bounds. Again, we're in Wilson, North Carolina, in the eastern part of the Tar Heel State. We're located some 45 miles east of the capital city of Raleigh, and we're about 100 or so miles west of the Atlantic Ocean, as the ball being bannered back and forth between these two squads, one representing Scottsdale, Arizona, the other North Shore, Wisconsin. No score in the contest. To give you some proper perspective, we're some 120 miles east of Greensboro, where so many Atlantic Coast Conference basketball tournaments I'm sure you've watched has been played. We're 150 miles or so southwest of Winston-Salem, and southeast of Wilson, some 200 miles away, lies the largest city in the North Carolina area, and that's, of course, Charlotte, home of the Charlotte Hornets of the National Basketball Association, as well as the Carolina Panthers of the NFL. Carolina, of course, had a fabulous season last year, losing the Super Bowl to the team from Denver, Colorado, and a great stop by the goalkeeper prevents the first score of this ball game. And boy, I'm telling you right away, we've seen some excellent goaltending work. This by the young lady from Scottsdale, Arizona, wearing the bright green and a bright yellow, being worn by the other goalie, as the team from Wisconsin just narrowly missed getting on the board. Excellent play from the Arizona goalkeeper prevented that. We're in minute number 4 of a match scheduled for a 90-minute duration, 45 minutes per half. Wilson, known as at one point the world's largest bright belt tobacco market. Tobacco, of course, has been on the decline in recent years, as you know, and Wilson has several tobacco warehouses still within its city limits, used for other purposes now, some even to store tobacco, as we still have some tobacco companies here in Wilson, but not like it used to be. Wilson known right now probably for its delicious barbecue, 2 outstanding barbecue restaurants in Parker's Barbecue and Bill's Barbecue and Chicken. An outstanding antique center is Wilson, along with being the home of Barton College. Barton, the winners of the 2007 NCAA Division II National Basketball Championship. Of course, basketball very, very relevant to this state in being the home of the NC State Wolfpack, the Duke Blue Devils, the North Carolina Tar Heels, the Wake Forest Demon Deacons, also the UNC Charlotte 49ers, the UNC Wilmington Seahawks, Appalachian State, the Mountaineers, and of course the Camels of Campbell College down at Bowie's Creek, among other fine institutions. The widely known Research Triangle Park, where a lot is going on in the world of technology and medicine, lies just to the west of our capital city of Raleigh. Our airport, named the Raleigh-Durham Airport, lies between the cities of Raleigh and Durham and has a lot of bustling activity. Of course, we've got a local airport as the shot is wide left for Wisconsin, and the ball will go into possession of the team in black from Arizona. No score. We're in minute number 7. I'm Alton Britt. You're listening to looking at the streaming production of the Torbo Sports Network, as they are one of the rising youngsters in the field of sports television, but you may not have heard much about them yet, but you will, and they have been doing a brilliant job of streaming the picture from this prestigious soccer tournament at field number 1 here in Wilson. Wilson also proud of his high school football, and we mentioned Barton College. They won the 2007 National Basketball Championship of the NCAA Division II. Now, you might not think that's much, but Division I, they're the big boys. They're the Tar Heels, the Wolfpack, the Blue Devils, and the Deacons. And Division II, well, if you can't be number 1, be number 2, is what I always said. And, of course, Barton, a small liberal arts school located here in Wilson, did themselves proud. Having around 1,000 students, they were able to defeat the 30,000 or so students enrolled at Grand Valley State University in Michigan in the 2007 national tournament, located in Springfield, Massachusetts at the time. Barton was knocked out in the first round of that tournament in 2006 by the eventual winner, the Warriors of Winona State University. They possess about 13,000 students. And Barton also was able to defeat Cal State San Bernardino, about 15,000 students. And as we said then, you can only play 5 at a time, no matter how many students you might have. And the Bulldogs won nail-biters over Grand Valley State. Anthony Atkinson jumper at the buzzer for 3 points, providing the margin of victory. And then an Anthony Atkinson free throw as time was expiring, winning over the team from San Bernardino out in California. And then that memorable championship effort in which Barton gained a measure of revenge against Winona State, as Barton trailed Winona by 7 points with only 45 seconds left in that contest. And an Anthony Atkinson layup nailed the winning bucket for the Bulldogs. In fact, they play a 45-second classic to begin the season at Barton College each year now. As Winona at the time, they had won 56 straight games. They were the defending national champions. They had 2 first-team All-Americans in the starting lineup. They had won, as I said, 56 straight games before losing to the Bulldogs of Barton. So Wilson awfully proud of the fact that Barton calls Wilson home. And, of course, this has been the home for the 8th straight year for this showcase tournament from the U.S. Youth Soccer National League. No score in the match. We've got a corner kick upcoming by Scottsdale from the extreme left corner. Everybody piles in front of the goal, and the shot is drilled into the back of the net. And the first score of the ball game registered by the black-shirted Scottsdale, Arizona team at the 10-minute mark of the contest. It's Arizona. Everybody piles in front of the goal, and the shot is drilled into the back of the net. We'll get you the name of that scorer in just a moment, as a beautiful corner kick from the extreme left corner floated just in front of the net, and then it was drilled into the back of the net by the team representing Scottsdale. Dressed in all black against the light blue and white of the North Shore, Wisconsin. North Shore being relatively close to the city of Milwaukee. A header back the other way by Arizona, as we've got a lot of verbiage coming from our right side, and that being the home of the Arizona team here in this game, as the ball drilled out of bounds. Directly behind me, it'll belong to the Wisconsinites, as Wisconsin, just to my left, will inbounds the ball. They're located under the canopy down to my left, as Arizona, the Scottsdale folks, occupy the vicinity to my right, as we've got an early score in the contest, that score coming at the 10-minute mark. Again, we'll get the number and name of that scorer as soon as we can. And we find out that it was number 10 who scored that goal at the 10-minute mark for Arizona, and that, of course, is Allison Broderick. So Allison Broderick, on a rebound from that corner kick, has given the team from Scottsdale an early 1-0 lead. Again, in light blue is the team from Wisconsin, the team from Arizona in the black. As Broderick, at the 10-minute mark, off a corner kick, was able to get the lone score of the game thus far. 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. Right now, another corner kick on the way, and another kick drilled toward the goal, and saved this time. An excellent response prevented Arizona from doing further damage, as the Scottsdale folks lead in this soccer match by a 1-0 score. We mentioned the officials. They've done a brilliant job all tournament long, as you would expect. We've got the best soccer players, and certainly we've got the best officials. We've had very few disagreements between coaches, players, and officials during this entire tournament. As right now, we've got a kick coming back the other way by the Wisconsin team, as Arizona unable to build on that 1-0 lead. 1-0 in the 10th minute on an Allison Broderick goal. Arizona continues to press forward, though. They steal the pass, and they are in the left-hand section of the goal. Can't get a shot off. Great defense by Wisconsin. as they stymied the efforts of the black-clad Arizonans on that possession. But here come the Wisconsin team trying to get back upfield, and it's hit out of bounds, last touch by Wisconsin. So Arizona will have it in their attack zone. Two-handed inbounds pass into the left corner, kicked out of bounds by the team from Wisconsin, and that will set up a corner situation for Arizona. Arizona with the early lead. Allison Broderick with the goal at the 10-minute mark. Inbounds made. Arizona unable to do much with it. They do, however, retain possession. Arizona gives up the ball now to the light blue of Wisconsin, and we've got a race on the far side for that soccer ball. 1-0 early on. We're in minute 16 of the match between North Shore and Scottsdale. Scottsdale with the early lead. Again, a goal at 10 minutes for Allison Broderick. The difference in the soccer match thus far. Off a corner kick as Arizona continues to have the better of it on the offensive end. Certainly, the team in black has had the best early going success, and they lead it 1-0. But the Wisconsin girls, they're saying we just getting warmed up. But Arizona brings it back the other way. We've got an open player down the left side and a left-footed kick toward the middle of the goal, and it's saved on a nice kick by Wisconsin. Wisconsin with the ball down 1-0. 16 minutes into the first half of play in this 17 and under girls battle here in Wilson, North Carolina. Again, I'm Alton Britt, and you're viewing the proceedings courtesy of the Torbo Sports Network. As I sit in the middle of the pitch, right at the midfield stripe, under the middle canopy. Again, to my left, the team from Wisconsin. To my right, the team from Arizona. Arizona with an early 1-0 lead. And Wisconsin just hasn't had many, if any, opportunities to score at the other end, as probably the more aggressive of the two in the early going has been the team representing the Arizonians, Arizonans, I should say. Now we've got spillage as an Arizona player goes down, back the other way. Wisconsin makes one of its deepest journeys in the match thus far, but can't get a shot away as Arizona continues to play great defense. Wisconsin now working the ball. Good footwork and a shot from the middle of the field right into the arms of the goalkeeper. So Wisconsin got a shot, but it was not true to the mark, to the back of the net, and the score remains 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. North Shore, though, continues to battle hard. They've got possession of the soccer ball down the right side. North Shore out of the Milwaukee area of Wisconsin against the Scottsdale, Arizona ball club as Scottsdale leads it by a 1-0 score. Again, a goal at the 10-minute mark by Allison Broderick, the only scorer of this game. We are in minute 18 right now. This set for a 90-minute duration, 45 minutes per half, two halves, as we've got a corner kick now for the team from Wisconsin. They will drill it toward the middle of the pitch, but it's rejected by Arizona, and we go back the other way. However, the young ladies from Wisconsin with a nice steal with the ball in the offensive end of the field. Arizona works it down, Wisconsin works it down to the left side where it's stolen by Arizona. Arizona will pitch it back to my left, and running the ball down will be the team from Wisconsin. Wisconsin, they are from North Shore, the North Shore United Blue, featuring number 11, Olivia Banks, number 1, Haley Block, Number two, Charmaine Dew, as Wisconsin works it to the right end of the pitch, and another steal by Arizona. Number 13, Delaney Dretzka. Number 14 is Selena Eston, as the ball back toward the middle of the pitch. Number 5 is Courtney Hopi. Number 19, Sia Janowski. Number 24 is Josie Kelderman. And again, Wisconsin on the attack, shoots it weakly on the left side and stopped by the Arizona goalkeeper in the 19th minute of a 1-0 soccer match, 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. Number 24 for Wisconsin is Josie Kelderman. Number 6 is Josie Coons. Number 22 is Mackenzie Lieberger. 1-0 the score in favor of Scottsdale, as Milwaukee now beginning to assert their offensive presence, trying to get a tying goal. They work it on the right side to the middle. The ball will be kicked backwards, and Arizona will run it down, and kick it even further backward. Katie McLaughlin is number 7. Emily O'Neill, number 28. Number 15 is Catherine Patterson. Kayla Provan, number 16. Sydney Robinson, number 21. Abigail Shale, number 10. Grace Taylor, number 17. And we'll identify those Scottsdale players for you at this time. Number 10, the goal scorer, is Allison Broderick, as Chicago now, or rather Arizona, will shoot it back toward the middle of the field. Number 16 is Naya Caruth. Number 71 is Emily Shiao, and number 23 being Hannah Hale. Number 14 is Lindsay Hubbard. Kendall Humphreys is number 12. Caitlin Johnson, the only triple-digit number we've seen thus far in the tournament, number 124. Number 3 is Hannah Kupol. Number 6 is Isabella Martinez. Number 26, Sky McMillian. Number 4 is Caitlin Ward. 15 belongs to Brooke Weiss. 1-0 the score in minute 22 of the first half. Number 24 is Sarah Wheaton. 5 is Haley Willoughby. 17, Sarah Wintergalen. And number 13 is Tate Zoll. Once again, the lone score of the game registered at the 10-minute mark of the first half by Scottsdale's Allison Broderick. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll belong to Scottsdale, as we've got subs now getting ready to enter the action. Number 19, Sia Janowski, wearing light blue, will enter for North Shore, while number 24, and I believe the roster has we've got number 24 too, that's Sarah Wheaton. Sarah Wheaton in for the girls from Arizona. As we've got the warmest part of the day right now, as it's been awfully chilly thus far, but beginning to warm up some here in Wilson. Eastern Standard Time shows us now at about 12:25, and around 2 o'clock, about the start of the third game, it'll start to get cool again, and by the time we finish this evening at 6 Eastern Time, it'll be cold once again, as the temperature when we began play in the 30s, the high 30s this morning. And right now, temperatures probably about 50, as the ball drilled out of bounds right in front of the bench area for Arizona. And we've got the referee pointing out where the ball should be played in. Right there, we've got a kick coming from the Wisconsinites. And kicking that ball right in front of me down the right side will be number 10, Abigail Shale. As the score now 1-0, it continues. The only goal at the 10-minute mark by Allison Broderick for Scottsdale. Each team has had chances, but only one has cashed in thus far. Right now, the ball worked to the right corner, And Wisconsin continues to pound it toward that goal, but a nice steal by Scottsdale and re-steal by Wisconsin to the middle of the pitch. The ball kicked toward the goal, but this defense being played, and another shot and another great stop as a shot from out on the right launched by number 1 Haley Block, stopped by the goalie for Arizona, and before it could do any harm. We're in minute 25 as the ball now will go down the far side on the right, and Chicago will look goal number 2, but it will not come as the goalie now comes out and retrieves the ball. As the goalie for Wisconsin will drill it toward the middle of the pitch, and the ball still being fought for, won by the team from Wisconsin. They wear the light blue jerseys, the light blue of the Tar Heels of North Carolina, being a Columbia blue, if you will, black numerals. Back the other way we come with it, but Wisconsin perseveres and sends the ball goalward, only to be intercepted by Arizona, as the bulk of the action now occurring in the middle of the pitch, and we've got a whistle, and an illegal bump will send the ball on a free kick to the Arizona club. Kicking the ball backwards, number 13, Tate Zoll. 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale over North Shore. We are in minute 26 here at the Gillette Athletic Complex in Wilson, North Carolina. Now, 3-on-3 situation, Wisconsin driving the ball goalward and a pass to the right side. Two girls fighting over it, one wearing black, one wearing blue. And still in possession. It's anybody's ball, and nearly it goes out of bounds, but saved by the Arizonans. Arizona with the ball will cross it over where it's intercepted by Wisconsin. Still 1-0 the score. That score registered at minute number 10 of the first half by Allison Broderick. A rebound off a corner kick as we're in the 27th minute here in Wilson. We're the U.S. Youth Soccer National League, and you might wonder, who are the teams? The U.S. Soccer National League features the top teams in the country who earn their place in the league via either a success in their respective U.S. Youth Soccer Regional Championships or success in their respective U.S. Youth Soccer Regional Leagues or a top finish in last year's National League. And it might have occurred to you, what are these teams playing for? Well, the top 4 teams in each National League age group earn an automatic bid to the 2017 U.S. Youth Soccer National Championships, which is the oldest and most prestigious youth soccer championships in the country. Top finishers in the 15 under, 16 under, and 17 under age groups earn a place in next season's National League. So certainly there's a lot to play for as Milwaukee, the Wisconsin team, launches a shot way to the right of the goal in the 28th minute. Score is Arizona 1 and Wisconsin nothing. Scottsdale 1, North Shore nothing if you prefer, as we are in the Girls Showcase Tournament of the U.S. Youth Soccer National League here in Wilson, North Carolina, where young ladies and another save by the goalie for Arizona, who sent it back the other way. Arizona defending at every opportunity against these girls from Wisconsin. Ball kicked way out of bounds, last touched by the Wisconsin young ladies in minute 29 here at Gillette. 1-0, Scottsdale over North Shore. As I said, teams representing 27 states on hand for this big tournament in Wilson. Wilson hosting for the 8th time. And, of course, the National League has been in existence only 10 years, so Wilson has had the honor of hosting this tournament 8 of those years. The girls on display this weekend, while the boys will take center stage next weekend. The college exposure here is great. Many of these young ladies, as number 26 getting ready to come in for Arizona, that's Sky McMillan. McMillan into the game for the Arizona young ladies. Arizona 1, Wisconsin nothing. We're in minute 30 here in the National Showcase Girls Tournament of the U.S. Youth Soccer National League. We mentioned that many of the girls have already chosen which college they will attend when they graduate from high school. But there are literally hundreds of college coaches in attendance looking that next diamond in the rough. As we say, the college coaches attend each National League weekend, and they say the level of competition makes the journey to Wilson a top recruiting trip each year, as these girls splendid in their abilities, and they keep getting better and better every year as the Arizona team pounds the ball deep down the left side, as we've got 2 Wisconsin substitutes set to check in. Katie McLaughlin will enter, as well as Charmaine D. will enter the North Shore lineup. North Shore trails Scottsdale by 1-0 score in minute 31 in this National Showcase tournament. 17 and under age division, as a whistle will stop play, and we've got a turnover now. Wisconsin will get it as the ball headed down the right side will be chested out of bounds right in front of my position in the middle canopy, as Arizona will kick the ball in bright yellow shoes. Arizona's number 16 kicks it downfield, and Arizona continues to lead 1-0. Naya Caruth with those bright yellow shoes makes her stand out in that black uniform, as the ball now pressed downfield in the Arizona zone, but stolen away by Wisconsin. We're in minute 32, 45-minute first half scheduled, a 90-minute soccer match, and Scottsdale with a 1-0 lead. At the 10-minute mark, a goal by Allison Broderick off a corner kick, the only score thus far. The action now right in front of the goal, but Wisconsin rejects that attempt by Arizona. Arizona retains possession in the deep left corner. The ball worked toward the top of the box, stolen away by the North Shore girls. And here comes Wisconsin in light blue over white. Number 16 dribbling that ball toward the middle. That's Kayla Provan, but it's stolen away by Chicago. In turn, Wisconsin gets it right back. Of course, soccer, if you've watched it at all, you know it's a constant progression of steals and re-steals. The girls are no strangers to the pitch here, as they're liable to go down hard at any time. And what is amazing is they continue to get up. The real amazing thing, as number 3 gets set to come in, that's Hannah Kupal getting set to enter the Arizona lineup. The grade point averages for these girls, just fantastic. The lowest one I've seen, 3.0, and that was just one, as most of these girls carry a grade point average either in the high 3s, the low 4s, or even the mid 4s. So they're just as good in the classroom as they are on the soccer pitch. We're in minute 34 of the National Showcase Tournament, 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. The score remains. And Wisconsin, they've had a couple of chances to tie things up, but haven't been able to. As still the substitution, that's Grace Taylor now, will check in to the Wisconsin lineup. Wisconsin in light blue with black numerals. As number 3 checks in, that's Hannah Kupal. We told you her name earlier. She checks in for Scottsdale. And the ball down into the Arizona attack zone, drilled out of bounds in minute 34. 1-0. Arizona leads Wisconsin. We're in the National Showcase Tournament where each of these teams have, according to the slogan of the National League, and it's a good one, earn your place. And that's exactly what each of these teams have done. They've earned their place. Of course, earn your place is the official hashtag slogan of the National League, meaning nothing is given, and each team has earned its place in the league through the hard work and the success of its players. We'll talk about the alumni of the National League in just a second, as throwing in the offensive zone will be Arizona, but it's knocked out of bounds by Wisconsin. Now we're in minute 35 of the soccer match in the 17 and under age group. Soccer match destined for a 90-minute duration, 2 45-minute halves. As a shot drilled and stopped by the goalkeeper, and Arizona will fail to increase their lead. It remains 1-0 in favor of the team in black, the Scottsdale Blackhawks. Taylor, and again they drive goalward, but the ball rejected and sent back the other way by Wisconsin, and it goes out of bounds. Former National League players have gone on to play in MSL, NWSL, UEFA Champions League, FIFA Women's World Cup, and the Olympics. So making their mark in their brief 10-year history certainly has been this National League of the U.S. Youth Soccer Association. Certainly soccer, the world's most popular sport in terms of the number of participants, as people play and have played and will play this fast-paced sport all over the world. Right now, the ball near mid-pitch line will be thrown in by the Scottsdale team. Scottsdale will march it down toward the goal, looking to add to their 1-0 advantage. In the deep right corner, the ball still in possession as the shot on the right of the goal is stopped by the goalie from Wisconsin, and in the 37th minute, we'll head back the other way as another sub getting set to check in. That's Josie Coons. Josie Coons for the North Shore Soccer Club, as the ball drilled down toward the left-hand corner in minute 37. 1-0, the score in favor of Scottsdale, as a nice header by the Wisconsin young ladies sends the ball backwards, and from that point they'll try to work it back up pitch, as Wisconsin trails at the present time by 1-0 score. We are in the 37th minute of this soccer match here at Gillette Field number 1 in Wilson, North Carolina. Two girls run together, and I can't tell you myself who's the last to hit it, but the officials say that it was Arizona. So Wisconsin now will charge toward their goal down to my right. But Arizona gets it right back in minute 38, as it's a 1-0 soccer match. And these girls from Arizona have gotten it again. Their defense has just been impregnable all game long. Arizona works it down the right side as number 6 continues to wait entrance onto the field. Number 6, Josie Coons, waiting an opportunity to enter the match. We're late in the first half. It's 1-0 in favor of Arizona. And now Coons will be signaled in, as leaving the match for Arizona will be number 21. That's Sydney Robinson. Coons for Robinson. Coons will enter the Wisconsin lineup. 39 minutes we're into in the first half, 1-0. Arizona with the lead thanks to a goal at the 10-minute mark. And that goal scored by Allison Broderick, as Arizona will see the ball go out of bounds past the extreme left corner. Another sub getting ready to enter for the Arizona team. That's number 6, that's Isabella Martinez, or Martinez. I'm not sure the proper pronunciation. As we're a minute 40, still 1-0. That lone goal scored at the 10-minute mark of the first half by Allison Barkley of the Broderick Allison scored. Allison with the score as the ball is drilled out of bounds, last touch by Wisconsin. And it'll be Arizona's ball in the deep left corner for a corner kick. And that's how the girls from Scottsdale were able to score at the 10-minute mark. Allison Broderick off a corner kick, and they'll try another. We are in minute 40 of a scheduled 90-minute soccer game, 45 minutes per half. The ball will be wafted past the goal and headed into the goal, and a great save by Wisconsin prevents further damage. However, the team from Arizona still own the attack, and the ball is worked to the left side. Shot can't be taken in minute 41, and the ball kicked out of bounds by Arizona will head the other way. Fast-paced action here on the banks of Toys Not Park in Wilson at the Burt Gillette Athletic Complex. The late Burt Gillette, longtime leader of the recreation department here in Wilson, and set forth many policies and procedures which are still followed today. Wilson with an outstanding recreation department, just an outstanding complex. Down to our left, the baseball facilities featuring a full-size replica of the big stadium here in Wilson called Fleming, where the Little Leaguers play inside, and it's surrounded by a couple of more Little League ballparks. Here in the soccer part of the complex, one of roughly 10 fields being made available. They're also playing this tournament at sites at Barton College, Fike High School, Bedingfield High School, and also in Rocky Mount, a city about 20 miles to our north, at the Rocky Mount Athletic Complex, as Wisconsin can't get the goal to tie things up, as they were thwarted again by the excellent goalkeeper from Scottsdale as the ball is kicked out of bounds in minute 42 of the first half. 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. That score coming at the 10-minute mark by Allison Broderick. And inbounding the ball in the scoring zone will be the young ladies dressed in black, representing Scottsdale Blackhawk Taylor. 1-0, Scottsdale over North Shore United Blue, with time running out here in the first half of this National League Showcase Tournament for Girls being played in eastern North Carolina, as the ball drilled across pitch by the young ladies from Wisconsin. We've got another substitution getting ready to come into the action. We're in the 43rd minute, halftime approaching, as the sub now will await permission to enter the field of play. She's trying to get her teammate's name now. She's got an orange vest over her light blue jersey, so we can't see the name. Now she lifts it, and we find out it's number 13, Delaney Dretzka. Delaney, out of the Milwaukee area, specifically North Shore, will enter the action in the 44th minute. Score 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. A goal at the 10-minute mark by Allison Broderick, as we're just about ready for halftime in the 44th minute. And we certainly want to thank our sponsors, whom I will acknowledge at halftime. Again, for their excellent job of sponsoring the video streaming production put in forth by the Torbor Sports Network. And those guys have done a fabulous job providing the picture. And I've done my very best in an audio capacity. And together we have brought you 9 games prior to this one. And we've got several more slated for streaming and broadcast. As the ball pounded around the midsection, Milwaukee, or rather North Shore, they are Milwaukee. Near Milwaukee, they still trail 1-0, trying for a possible tying goal here in the waning seconds of the first half of play in this National Showcase tournament. And the goalie once again for Arizona with a stop to the right as we are in the 45th minute. And that means only a few seconds left to play in the first half as the team dressed in black representing Scottsdale, Arizona, still enjoying a 1-0 lead. Milwaukee trying to tie it up in the final minute as North Shore, 2 girls go down hard right at center line, but they're up quickly and they brush themselves off. And again, that's very impressive to me, like jacks in the box. These girls, once they hit the pitch, they're right back up. In the 45th minute of a 1-0 Scottsdale lead, North Shore shoots the ball on a pass from the out of bounds, out of play area, down the right side. And again, as they've been stingy all game long, Arizona will not allow the girls from Wisconsin to get in, and that will close the first half of play. The first half ends with Arizona leading Wisconsin 1-0. The goal at the 10-minute mark scored by Allison Broderick. Again, 1-0. It's Scottsdale over in North Shore. And as we head to halftime, we'd like to thank our sponsors, including Nike, Bubba Burger, Kohl's, MLS, Nesquik, Positive Coaching Alliance, Toyota, Wilson Trophy Company, NSCAA, along with U.S. Soccer. Once again, the halftime score is 1-0 as Arizona leads Wisconsin. I'm Alton Britt for Torbo Sports Network. We'll be back with the second half right after this. And we get ready for second half action as we've got a 1-0 soccer match. A match between the Arizona team from Scottsdale, the Scottsdale Blackhawks Taylor, against the Wisconsin entrant, the North Shore United Blue. North Shore near Milwaukee. Scottsdale, one of the outstanding retirement communities and communities in the country, and Scottsdale with a halftime lead thanks to a goal at 10 minutes of the first half by Allison Broderick off a corner kick, as the team in black representing Scottsdale against the light blue of North Shore. We've just begun second half action as you view it on the Torbo Sports Network. My name is Alton Britt. Thanks for joining us. Hope you've enjoyed what has been thus far an outstanding soccer match between two evenly paced teams. Right now, the shot on goalward by Arizona, stopped by the goalie of Wisconsin once again. And both teams have had a couple of opportunities at denting the back of the goal, but again, the only successful aspirant has been Allison Broderick at the 10-minute mark of the first half, as the action now taking place down at the Arizona end. Probably Arizona has had a bit of the majority of the time of possession, if such a thing exists, but once again the scoreboard only has them up by one goal, 1-0, over the group from North Shore near Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Again, North Shore, Wisconsin in light blue against the black of Scottsdale, Arizona. This is the 17 and under age grouping of the National League Showcase Girls Tournament being played in Wilson, North Carolina. Game number 2 of the third day of action, this one taking place at Gillette Field, number 1, as the kick by Wisconsin behind the goal, out of play, and it'll be retrieved by the goalie. Again, thank you to our sponsors, Nike, Bubba Burger, Kohl's, MLS, Nesquik, Positive Coaching Alliance, Toyota, Wilson Trophy Company, NSCAA, and U.S. Soccer. As the coach of the Arizona team, down to our right, yells instructions out to his young ladies. Again, the National League playing this tournament in Wilson for the 8th consecutive year. This all-girls action, as the boys, once again, will be front and center next week in the same locations. Gillette features about 10 soccer pitches, along with pitches at Fike High School. They're being used, as well as Bedingfield High School and Barton College. Also, the Rocky Mount Athletic Complex in Rocky Mount, North Carolina, which is about 20 miles north of Wilson. We're in minute number 49. The defending U.S. Youth Soccer National Champions in the girls, 16 under. The defending champs are the Nationals Union 01 Black out of Michigan, formerly known as the PSG Michigan Gators. The 17 and under champions are the Midwest United FC 00 Royal out of Michigan. Of course, they're still the champions until somebody unseats them in this tournament. The 18 and under champs from last year are the LA Galaxy San Diego Elite 99, Southern California, formerly the Carlsbad Elite. They are the defending champs. The Carlsbad Elite 99, as another Arizona attempt at the goal is rejected by Wisconsin. The 19 and 20 under champions are YMS Explosion 98 from Eastern Pennsylvania. And now Wisconsin on the attack as two girls simultaneously go out of bounds, and each one claims the other was the last to hit it, but Arizona wins it. Arizona, right at the mid-pitch line, will have the soccer ball, leading by a 1-0 score. Throwing the ball into the field of play for the Arizona team, Caitlin Ward, and we've got a girl down to the right, number 17 of Scottsdale. Took a hard spill. That's Sarah Wintergalen. But she's a tough young lady, and she's back up. She heads toward the goal as the ball drilled out of bounds in the 51st minute. Arizona still leads Wisconsin by a 1-0 score. The remainder of the National League season, half of the teams play the final weekend at the Disney Soccer Showcase. That'll take place December 31st through January 2nd in Orlando, Florida, while half of the teams play the final weekend at the Players Showcase, March 17 through 19, 2017 in Las Vegas. Right now, the ball being contested on the far right side. The U.S. Youth National Soccer Championship Series, the regional championships, 4 regional championships, takes place primarily in June 2017, while the national championships will be contested July 25 through 30, 2017, in Frisco, Texas. Right now, the ball drilled out of bounds behind the goal as Arizona still leading 1-0. We're in minute 52 of the second half here in Wilson for this National Showcase tournament, where everyone has earned their place. Of course, the slogan and the hash mark for the National League is "Earn Your Place," and it is quite appropriate. Down the right side, Milwaukee, Scottsdale continue to battle each other as Scottsdale leads at 1-0. Milwaukee, Wisconsin's North Shore looking at tying goal. They have it in the offensive end on the left side. And right now the ball lofted toward the goal, headed back the other way by Arizona. And Arizona finally kicks it out of harm's way. Two girls converge on the soccer ball right at midfield, and it's drilled downfield. And Arizona score another goal. No, good defense by Wisconsin will prevent that. Both teams just giving it their all in the 53rd minute. Scottsdale leads it 1-0 as Wisconsin continues to search for that elusive first goal of the game. The ball drilled downfield on the left side, and a head knock will send it Arizona's way toward the middle of the pitch. You can hear the Arizona coach yelling or instructions down to our right. The ball hit out of bounds by Wisconsin. In the 54th minute, it belongs to the young ladies from Arizona. 1-0, that lone score, scored way back in the first half at the 10-minute mark by Allison Broderick. As each team has had opportunities, but Arizona, through the efforts of Broderick, the only one thus far to take advantage. As 1-0 is still the score. Of course, the team from North Carolina lost a match 1-0 in the National Final Four yesterday to the team from West Virginia. That's girls soccer, as Anson Dorrance, the head coach for the Lady Tar Heels, denied in this year's national tournament, but he has won his share. Make no mistake about it. Right now, the girls converge on the ball in the extreme right-hand corner in the 54th minute, a 1-0 soccer match. And again, Milwaukee, North Shore, the Wisconsin girls repelled. Score remaining 1-0. Ball high in the air as the heads go up. And Wisconsin will retain possession. And both girls working extremely hard on a beautiful day, extremely cool though, here in Wilson. Not as cool right now as it was this morning early, and not as cool as it will be this evening late. Make no mistake about it. We're probably in the warmest part of the day right now as the ball goes goalward, and Arizona repelled once again by a good play from the Wisconsin goalie. We're in minute 55. The score 1-0 as you hear the Wisconsin head coach to my left barking instructions to his young ladies. The ball kicked down pitch, and battle ensues for possession. One young lady from Arizona hits the turf, again quickly back up. As Arizona attacks down to my right, Scottsdale on the march will send the ball toward the right corner where Wisconsin gets it right back. We're in the 56th minute, 1-0, the lead enjoyed by Arizona. As now the ball heads toward empty net, but the young ladies from Wisconsin repelled as the ball kicked out of bounds by the Scottsdale club. As another chance goes by the wayside for Wisconsin. Wisconsin still in possession. A shot lofted toward the goal is hit back toward mid-pitch, back toward the goal by Wisconsin, back toward mid-pitch, but Wisconsin still on the attack. A left-footed kick toward the goal headed, and it's wide left. And Wisconsin turned back again. We're in minute 57, a 1-0 soccer match. The lone goal at the 10-minute mark of the first half by Allison Broderick of the Scottsdale club. Scottsdale Blackhawk Taylor leads the North Shore United Blue by a 1-0 score, and it's been that way since minute 10 of the first half on the Allison Broderick score. Both teams hustling after the ball on the far side, as just amazing the shape these young ladies are in. And the ball toward the goal misses wide. Another kick stolen by the goalkeeper for Wisconsin. Another good play as Arizona misses an opportunity to expand their lead. They lead it 1-0 over the Wisconsin young ladies at present time. We are in minute 52 here in Wilson, minute 58, as some of the bulbs burn out on the scoreboard, rendering it very, very hard to read at this point. Now we're back to the 58-minute mark. 58 showing down on the scoreboard, and we've got a 1-0 soccer match. And as we said, it's been that way for a while. A lone goal of the game scored by Allison Broderick at the 10-minute mark. I know I've said that for maybe 100 times, but we have to remember folks are steadily tuning in. They don't know the score, and therefore I try to let them know at the risk of redundancy. Certainly the ball run down by Milwaukee in the right corner. 1-0, Arizona over Wisconsin at the 59th minute mark. Match slated for 90 minutes, 2 45-minute halves, as we've got Wisconsin in light blue against the black of Arizona. Scottsdale against North Shore. North Shore located relatively near to Milwaukee, the largest city in the Wisconsin state, known as the Dairy State, the Cheesehead, some might refer to it, home of the mighty Green Bay Packers and the Milwaukee Brewers, along with the Milwaukee Bucks of the NBA, the National Basketball Association. Arizona, as two girls go down hard right in front of me, drills it down the right side. Arizona continues to lead 1-0. Here come the Wisconsin young ladies toward the middle of the field. The ball drifts, hit back toward the center of the pitch. And here come the Arizona. This is a pass on the right side, taken by Arizona, and a shot toward the goal as the goalie comes out to field it on one bounce and send it back the other way in the 60th minute. 1-0 the score in favor of Scottsdale. Over North Shore, long pass headed toward the out of bounds, and it goes out of bounds. Last touch by North Shore. So it'll belong to Scottsdale right in front of me down to my left. The shot pass rather knocked out of bounds as these girls just giving it their all in this chilly Wilson weather. Pass downfield on the left side as Arizona keeps their 1-0 lead. Milwaukee, Scottsdale battling hard here in the showcase tournament for girls 1700 division, and we've got another collision at midfield as a girl in blue and a girl in black both hit the pitch, and we're going to have a kick made, the kick by Arizona from the center line here on the pitch in Wilson in the 61st minute as the kick deep down the right side, and it's intercepted. The kick was intended for number 17, that's Sarah Wintergalen, as we've got a sub now set to check in for North Shore. My name's Alton Britt, and you're listening, or looking rather, at the screening, the viewing made possible by the Torbo Sports Network. I'm searching for the word streaming, and certainly I come up with it. By the way, my email address is AltonV as in Victory Britt, AltonVBritt@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you, and tell me what you think of this match this afternoon between these two excellent soccer teams. Once again, that's AltonVBritt@gmail.com. That's my email address, and certainly I'm not averse to giving it out on this network, as, again, I'd love to hear from you. AltonVBritt@gmail.com. 1-0 in the 63rd minute, with Scottsdale maintaining that lead that they achieved at the 10-minute mark of the first half. The corner kick, the goal scored off the corner kick by Allison Broderick. Right now, the girls going tooth and nail against each other for possession of that soccer ball down deep the left side as Wisconsin continues to try to get in position to tie this match up. But Illinois, as they've been Arizona, as they've been all game long, very, very tough defensively, as they've got a shutout going in the 63rd minute, as it's 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale over North Shore, as Scottsdale continues to attack the ball on the far left side, kicked out of bounds, and it'll be a throw-in opportunity for the Arizona young ladies. Scottsdale, I know some friends of mine went to a conference last summer out in the Scottsdale area. They played golf, and they went to an Arizona Diamondback baseball game. They represented the Wilson County Schools, where I used to work. I'm retired now. I was a high school English teacher, worked at Fike High School for most of my career, and formerly was the head baseball coach at Fike, where I was a junior varsity head coach in basketball and football. Assistant in football, but I was the chief scout on the for the junior varsity, for the varsity team. That was part of my duties, as I never got to see the varsity team play on Friday night because I was at the next week's opponent doing my scouting duties. Also coached American Legion Baseball for 9 seasons in Wilson, but having a wife and 3 children just didn't mix well, as we've got an indirect kick now by Wisconsin toward the goal, and the header off the kick, misses to the right side. So Wisconsin with another great chance. As I started to say, 5 English classes, a homeroom, coaching duties in football, basketball, and baseball, and then American Legion baseball in the summertime got quite difficult and had to give some of it up. And for the last 41 years, I've broadcast sports over the radio and the internet and some brief stints in TV for the Wilson area, the high schools, along with Barton College. I also did some public address work at the Wilson Tobbs Collegiate Baseball organization, along with some work at North Carolina State University, their baseball program, headed by head coach Elliott Avent. They attended the World Series a few years back. You might remember they featured Trey Turner, now of the Washington Nationals, along with Carlos Ruiz, who now pitches for the Chicago White Sox. As we've got number 19 set to enter the match, number 19 is Sia Janowski for North Shore. Score remains 1-0. We're in the 66th minute of play in this National Showcase tournament, where everyone has earned their place in keeping with the hashtag slogan of the National League, which is earn your place. And again, all of these soccer teams have earned the right to be in this national tournament, and they've got their eyes set on an even bigger prize down the road. As we told you earlier, earn your place is the official hashtag slogan of the National League, meaning nothing is given, and each team has earned its place in the league through the hard work and success of its players. And the throw in right into the middle of the goal, a headshot stopped again by good work from the Wisconsin goalie, keeping the score at 1-0. We are in minute 67 as Wisconsin continues their quest of trying to tie the soccer match up. Wisconsin on the attack on the far side. The ball goes toward the goal and is headed toward the goal and rejected by the girls from Arizona once again, as their defense remains very, very good. And the kick from the right side, another stop by the goalie from Arizona will keep the score at 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. We are in minute 68 of a scheduled 90-minute soccer match here in the National Girls Showcase Tournament in Wilson. And Wisconsin continues to pound that soccer ball goalward. Now it turns over to the Arizona young ladies. Arizona in black, Wisconsin in light blue. As you view the proceedings on the Torbo Sports Network. Again, I'm Alton Britt, and pleased to be here for my third day of this soccer activity in the National Showcase. The ball hit out of bounds, last touched by Wisconsin, so it'll belong to the Arizona club. Arizona now getting set to kick it upfield and trying to add to their 1-0 lead. And we got two girls heading it at the same time. I don't know how these girls just don't get Excedrin headaches and keep them as much as they use their noggins, which is just about as often as their feet come into play. Right now, downfield, Arizona knocked away at the 69th minute mark. The score remains 1-0. Scottsdale over North Shore. We are in the U.S. Youth Soccer National League Showcase Tournament for Girls in Wilson, North Carolina. A chilly Wilson, North Carolina, although it's not as chilly right now as it was this morning, nor is it as chilly as it will be this afternoon. The ball being kicked back and forth between these two squads who have made the long trip to Wilson. And the ball knocked out of bounds. Certainly hope they've gotten some good Wilson pork barbecue as Wilson known for their fantastic barbecue. In fact, I could go for some right now. I believe everybody under the canopy would agree with me, as right now the ball being scrummed in front of the goal box and kicked back the other way. Score remains 1-0. Eastern North Carolina barbecue, if you're not familiar with it, is chopped pork, and it has a base of vinegar and black pepper, as opposed to the Western North Carolina barbecue, which mainly is the red type of barbecue, and it has somewhat tomato-y paste. Here in Eastern North Carolina, we use the whole hog. Out in Western North Carolina, only the shoulder is used, and there's a constant argument as to which is the best. Of course, once you've been to Parker's or Bill's here in Wilson, I think the question is answered. As I was telling one of the coaches from one of the California teams yesterday, he was asking me about Parker's, and I told him for around $8 you could get all you wanted to eat. That's fried chicken and pork barbecue and hush puppies, corn sticks, Brunswick stew, slaw, potatoes. And for someone who's only had some nabs to eat today, boy, that's sounding real good. Right now, as the ball kicked near the mid-pitch area at the 71st minute, a race downfield and a shot by Arizona wide to the right side. Launching that shot was Sarah Wheaton, number 24, and stopped by the fine goalie efforts for the North Shore, Wisconsin Soccer Club. 72nd minute, 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale, and it's been that way since the 10th minute of the first half. Allison Broderick off a corner kick, the lone goal scored in this soccer match, as goals have been few and far between thus far this morning on this particular field. Both games that have been played thus far, extremely low scoring. Yesterday, our final game, we had a 4-0 advantage at halftime of one team, but the trailing team made it interesting, scoring 3 goals to none for the team that eventually won, and having a chance to tie late in the contest, but failing to do so, falling by a 4-3 score, making what looked like a runaway at halftime a thrilling, climactic finish. Just couldn't close the deal, but if you've ever seen a soccer match where one team is head and shoulders above the other in the first half, only to see things reverse itself in the second half, that was the case as Texas and Washington battled in the 17 and under division in yesterday's final ball game. A weak shot from the left, no good by Wisconsin. Score remaining in the 73rd minute, 1-0. Boy, these girls are flat getting after each other here on this pitch at a sun-bright but cool Gillette number 1 pitch in Wilson, North Carolina. Right now, the ball kicked out of bounds, last touched by Wisconsin, giving it to the team from Scottsdale. Scottsdale now will go from left to right in the 74th minute, nursing a 1-0 advantage, but a steal by Wisconsin. These girls just don't know the meaning of giving up, both as we got 2 girls going down hard, and a girl wearing light blue and a girl wearing black hitting the pitch hard, but bouncing up just as quick as they went down, and the kick now being taken by the girls from Scottsdale. From left to right, head back the other way at the 74th minute. 1-0, Scottsdale over North Shore. This is the Girls Showcase Tournament, ages 17 and under division, currently playing. All the action unfolding on the pitch at the Gillette Athletic Complex in Wilson, North Carolina. Deep downfield and fielded by the goalie, as we've got a substitution ready to enter action for the North Shore Ball Club. That's number 2, Charmaine D. Charmaine says, give me an opportunity to try to even things up as her team, the North Shore team in light blue, trails the team from Scottsdale in black by a 1-0 score at the 75th minute mark. Downfield, a long shot misses the mark, saved by the goalie again as Wisconsin again thwarted in their efforts to tie this game up. And the ball kicked out to mid-pitch, and the action now around the circle here at Gillette Athletic Complex as the substitution for Wisconsin is still waiting to get into the fray. Now some hitting action by Arizona will send the ball from left to right as Wisconsin desperately tries to gain some type of entrance into the goal area to get off a good shot to try to tie this soccer match up. As now we wait for the substitution to go in, a substitution in and out of the Wisconsin lineup. Number 22, Mackenzie Lieberger. Lieberger out, and number 2, that's Charmaine D., in for the young ladies from the North Shore. The ball kicked on the right side. Of course, you folks in Wisconsin probably are laughing at me being cold in 40, 50-degree weather. I mean, I've seen some of you guys at the Packers football game. It'd be 10 degrees above zero, and you're in the stands, some of you at least, with no shirts on, some of the male populace at least. And, boy, it very rarely gets that cold in Wilson, but even in the low 50s and 40s, and certainly in the 30s, we put on the heavy outerwear. Right now, we're in the 77th minute as the official comes over to retrieve the ball, and in turn will give it to the goalie for Arizona, who will, or rather for Wisconsin, who will boot it down pitch. Arizona up 1-0 over Wisconsin in this 17 and under girls matchup here on the pitch at Gillette. At the 77-minute mark, still 1-0. The lone scorer in the game as number 26 gets set to enter the Arizona lineup. That's Naya Caruth. Caruth will come in and giving the towel to the player she replaced as the game remains 1-0. 1-0 will win you a lot of games. And once again, North Carolina was defeated in the Final Four in the girls' collegiate championship tournament yesterday by West Virginia by that 1-0 score. As we are now in our 78th minute, and Arizona continues to hold that 1-0 advantage. Again, the goal scored at 10 by Allison Broderick of Scottsdale in the first half of play. As we're going to have a kick now from about three-quarter pitch by Wisconsin. Drill it from right to left along the right sideline. Wisconsin trying desperately to get back into the scoring area where they can perhaps have a chance to tie this contest up. Arizona has trailed throughout from the 10-minute mark of the first half when the only goal of the game, of the match, was scored by Arizona. We're in minute 79 now as more subs get set to enter the play for the light blue of Wisconsin. Excuse me. This is the 10th game I've attempted to call in 3 days of action here at the Gillette Athletic Complex. Number 17 set to come in. That's Grace Taylor. As you can hear the vociferous offerings of the head coach of the Arizona squad down to our right. We are in minute 79 of a 1-0 soccer match as we await now the opportunity for the sub to enter play, number 17, into the match. Again, that's Taylor She will replace number 4, Anna Hayden. 1-0 score. Scottsdale over North Shore at minute 79 of the second half, as we've got, minute 80. Well, I'll take that back. It's 79. Once again, that sun preventing my clear vision of the scoreboard. Down to my left, scoreboard purchased by BB&T, a local bank, and the Rotary International Organization, two great philanthropic groups. Of course, the ball kicked out of bounds, last touched. Now the argument ensues by the coach for the Wisconsin team, and Wisconsin will give up possession of the ball to Arizona. The official says, that's enough. You've had your say. You need to be quiet now. And as the coach continues to say, it wasn't even close. But the official saw it the other way. And one of the few disagreements we've had in this soccer tournament, it coming in the 81st minute of a 1-0 contest, as Arizona and Wisconsin battle toward the middle of the pitch for that elusive soccer ball. Now a breakaway run by Arizona down the right side, the right of the box, and good defense by Wisconsin prevents an Arizona shot. Looked like Arizona might have a clear opening to the goal, but it closed quickly. And now ball kicked back toward the out-of-bounds mark. It'll go out of bounds at the 81st minute. 1-0. Scottsdale over North Shore, as the ball will be inbounded by North Shore and kicked back the other way by Arizona. Arizona trying to keep it in their offensive end to prevent any opportunity for the young ladies from Wisconsin to try to get a shot to tie this game, this match. 1-0, the score in favor of Scottsdale. Scottsdale over North Shore in the 82nd minute. As time winds down in this soccer match, the team from Arizona continues to do a good job in keeping the young ladies from Wisconsin away from that goal. Right now, Wisconsin, with some 8 minutes left, down 1, kick it out of bounds, turning it over to the team from Arizona. Both teams, boy, they have neither one left anything on the pitch. They have gone at each other hard we are in now our 82nd minute. The lone goal of the game scored at the 10-minute mark of the first half by Allison Broderick, as Arizona shoots the soccer ball downfield, and trying to defend it is Wisconsin. Wisconsin, with good foot action, manages to prevent that entrance into the goal area by Arizona. Still a 1-0 ball game, with Arizona leading in the 83rd minute, as the ball now will turn over and will belong to the Scottsdale team right in front of their bench down to my right. 1-0. Broderick's goal at the 10-minute mark of the first half, the only score in the soccer match. As the ball being contested in the deep right corner, we go to minute 84. 1-0 the score. Nice crowd on hand to observe this matchup between these two very good soccer clubs. Downfield, Wisconsin in a hurry down the left side and trying to mark that offensive thrust. A player from Arizona will kick it out of bounds. So this is an opportunity perhaps that Wisconsin has been waiting for, as we'll see whether it's going to be a corner kick or not. I don't think so, just a throw-in, but we are in the offensive zone for the North Shore Ball Club. North Shore needing one goal to tie, but the ball hit it out of bounds inadvertently, and it'll turn over to the Scottsdale, Arizona team. We are in minute 85, 1-0, Scottsdale over North Shore. North Shore with a steal. North Shore with an opportunity downfield, and it's headed back the other way by the Scottsdale team. But a kick toward the goal made and by Wisconsin and caught by the Arizona scorekeeper. No harm, no foul. Score remains 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale. We are in minute 85. Not much time left in the soccer contest. My name's Alton Britt. Thank you for joining us on the Torbo Sports Network. And now Arizona breaks it away down the right side. Deep, the ball run down, and the goalie comes out to kick it out of bounds. As Arizona's number 14, that was Lindsay Hubbard, looked like she might have a path toward the goal, but it quickly dissipated in the fine play of the goalie. Number 3, Hannah Kupel, will re-enter the Arizona lineup in minute 86. 1-0 the score. And if it seems like it's always been that way, it just about has. The lone goal of the match scored at the 10-minute mark of the first half. The Arizona team now will shoot toward the goal, where it's hit it out. Hit it out on a nice defensive play by Wisconsin. And the ball's in the deep right corner. Time dwindling in the 86th minute now as Arizona continues to fight to preserve their 1-0 advantage. Arizona in the right corner will be marked by 2 Wisconsin defenders, and the ball goes out of bounds. It belongs to Scottsdale. We are approaching minute 87 of the soccer match. 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale over North Shore. The goal scored in the 10th minute by the Arizona Soccer Club. Arizona attempting to keep it in their end of play, but Wisconsin hustles quickly and sends the ball back the other way, where it's kicked out of bounds, last touched by Arizona. So as we go to minute 87, Arizona with fewer and fewer opportunities. Oh, check that. Wisconsin with fewer and fewer opportunities. Wisconsin trails Arizona 1-0 on a goal at the 10-minute mark by Allison Broderick. Arizona now in the offensive end, trying to keep a good steal by Wisconsin. A nice play on the defensive end will send the ball back the other way. Sela Janowski with that nice play, but then the ball gotten back by the girls from Arizona. But here comes Wisconsin. Wisconsin in the 88th minute. The ball in the right corner, a 1-0 score, and the ball lifted toward the goal, and it's wide left, just missing. An opportunity for Wisconsin to tie the score. And the Arizona coach continuing to yell loudly down to our right. His club ahead, 1-0, has only a couple of minutes to kill as the clock now shows we are in minute 88 of a 1-0 soccer game. The ball will be kicked from left to right by the goalie for Arizona. Arizona trying to kill the clock and preserve their 1-0 lead. But Wisconsin comes back the other way with it, and we've got a black and a blue trying to find that ball, and it's kicked out of bounds. Last touch by Arizona, and still the girls from Wisconsin alive as the ball crossed over to the middle of the pile. Wisconsin looking a shot, can't get it, will field it downfield with the ball. The clock now in the 99th minute, and a shot deep out on the right goes toward the goal, but it's saved on the left side of the goal box by the Scottsdale, Arizona goalie, and that might do it. We are in minute 89, and Arizona will kick the ball into their offensive zone, meaning that there are very few seconds left for Wisconsin to try to get that tying goal. Try hard as they might, and both teams have certainly given it their all. We are approached now minute 90 in the soccer match, as it's 1-0 in favor of Scottsdale over North Shore. And the ball belongs to Scottsdale in the offensive end. As time wanes down, Scottsdale ball deep in the right corner. Scottsdale now will throw it in from the right side. Scottsdale against North Shore in the 90th minute of a 1-0 game. Scottsdale with the lead. Out on the right side, Scottsdale looked like they might have a shot, but it was intercepted by North Shore and back the other way. The ball being kicked from one end to the other now as North Shore in the 90th minute trying to preserve their 1-0 lead. The ball goes out of bounds on the right corner, and it belongs to Arizona. Not much time left. 1-0 the score in favor of Scottsdale as we are in the 90th minute. So we don't know how much time is left. Only the officials, as we are now told, not much. And the ball will go back the other way, as now they indicate that 2 minutes have been wasted in this game, so they'll evidently have 2 minutes left to play, as Arizona will drill it down the right side out of bounds, and it will belong to Wisconsin. Wisconsin, with maybe a minute left in this soccer match, trying to get the tying goal, as Scottsdale has led since the 10-minute mark of the first half. And all the girls frantically gathering near midfield, and Wisconsin with perhaps a final opportunity to even this match up. And now the whistle blows, and the match is ended. And the final score, Scottsdale 1, North Shore nothing. That goal at the 10-minute mark of half number 1 by Allison Broderick holds up in a 1-0 win as teams gather. The teams gather, all the players just completely exhausted from an all-out effort on the side of each one. Again, North Shore in the light blue and Scottsdale in the black, as Scottsdale defeats North Shore 1-0. Once again, we thank our sponsors, Nike, Bubba Burger, Kohl's, MLS, Nesquik, Positive Coaching Alliance, Toyota, Wilson Trophy Company, NSCAA, and U.S. Soccer. Again, the final, Scottsdale Blackhawk Taylor 1, North Shore United Blue nothing. The lone goal of the game at the 10-minute mark, scored by Scottsdale's Allison Broderick. Hope you've enjoyed the action. You can thank the Torbo Sports Network for their diligence in sending that game your way. Again, this is Alton Britt. Thanks for joining us as Scottsdale defeats North Shore 1-0. Good afternoon, everyone.